Which is to say, when you're being taught something, listen and don't let it be right in your mind at the moment to have two different thoughts on it. In other words, receive all of the information before you make a determination. In providing these traditional teachings, many times we have subject matter in that we may have not covered it as it should be. And so it is that we're going to share a little bit more information about the male and the female and the teachings involved. But a word of caution is also necessary concerning this topic, especially in the present day, when we are told, which is to say, when you're being taught something, listen and don't let it be right in your mind at the moment to have two different thoughts on it. Don't do that. In other words, receive all of the information before you make a determination on some of the things you might have wondered about. So it is that the teaching of male and female is based on universal laws and the laws of nature. And so it begins at a very early age. In fact, it begins when you are born. When you are born and you're delivered, if you're a male, they will take you in their hand and they will put your head in their right hand and they will raise you up very high. And they will offer you and announce you to the holy people and to all of the world and say, Ashkila. And if it is that you're a girl, they'll take your head in their left hand and they'll raise you up and they say, At Edla, which is to announce to the holy people and to all living forms, life forms in the world, that here is a boy or here is a girl. And that's the way that you are introduced into the world in a traditional way. I'm sure that this particular teaching is forgotten and is not done as it should have been. The way that we are taught about male and female, it begins at a very early age. When you're an infant, you're referred to as a way. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. You're a way. A way would probably translate to mean baby or child. A way. And so the teaching is that you are a child or a way until a certain age group that you approach. And at that particular time, you are then referred to as ashki or at-et. And that is when you begin to speak and you begin to kind of be mobile in the world. Ashki yaja, little boy. At-e yaja, little girl. But always that it is referred to ashki or at-et. Now, as you begin to grow older and you have the ceremony, before you have the ceremony done for you, they refer to the boy as kinalta, and for a girl is kanalta. So the term for the boy is ki, and the term for the girl is ka, and that's the way it is. And also in the youth, and referring to the youth, they say satkan for the girl and satke for the boy. And so the teachings are consistent until you reach a certain age. Now, when you get to the age of being able to reproduce and you have come of age, then you are finally told, is to say you are now a man. And the word hasti has a lot of sacred teachings attached to it, which is to keep you and put you in the first place of first man, that you are first man in your family that you will produce. And for the girl, in her coming of age, also she is told, which is to say you're no longer a girl, which is to put you in the category of first woman. And that is that asa is the sacred teaching of Hasti, and Astan. I'm not familiar with all of the things that girls are told, but I understand the things that are told to the boy, because I had to have that ceremony done for me in my coming of age ceremony. But the main thing that they stress in that particular ceremony to the boy is that you are now of age to reproduce offspring. And this is a sacred responsibility. It is that you have a duty now to take care of the things as a family that you will produce. And so all of those things that are considered very sacred in family that you produce is very much stressed. And so there's a lot of teachings associated with it as a boy, and I'm sure it's the same thing for a girl. I never ask about the ceremony for the girl because it is a woman's ceremony, and they have their responsibility as to what to teach the girl about their duty and responsibility as a woman, as first woman in her family. And so the teaching goes to that extent. And so it is that you are then considered an adult, and as you participate in all of the things that you must learn and know as Hasti or Assan. And so when you introduce yourself to people and you give your 4 clans, if you're a man, you say, and when you're a woman and you give your 4 clans, and on introducing yourself, you say, and that's the way you do it. And as you grow into the elder years, the name changes. And you can have somebody referred to you as Shache if you're a man, Shemasan if you're a woman, or sometimes if it's on your father's side, they might say Shenanda, and that's how the name changes. They no longer call you the name of the man or the woman. That when they refer to you, they usually say Sani, and that is misunderstood today because they think it just refers to the woman or the female. That is not so. It is referring to the couple that of the man and the woman together that has raised a family. They say Sani, which is the word Saye and Nihi, is to understand that they are in their old age, in their elder years, they have wisdom. Saye and Nihi. So you say Sani. And the teaching goes on in that particular way. And it's very important because this particular word, Sani, comes in with the teachings about the beyond old age. The traditional way of teaching is that beyond old age, there is still a lot to learn. And that could probably mean into the next world. That means you will have life even after your life is ended here. And that will be hopefully a life of joy and happiness, of confidence and peace. And I think it's pretty well outlined in the ceremonies of the beauty way. Now, beauty way applies to the spiritual self, the emotional self, mental self, and the physical self. And so when you have ceremonies done for you in this particular existence in the third world, if you are a man and you have to have a ceremony done for you, the ceremony that is performed on you is the female ceremony. If you're a woman, it is the male ceremony that is performed for you, like even the shooting way. So you do the female ceremony of the shooting way for the man, and you do the male version of the ceremony for the woman. So all of the different ceremonies are done in that particular way. When you go to have a sweat lodge, and if a sweat lodge is needed for a ceremony, for the man, they use a female sweat lodge. And for the woman, they use a male sweat lodge. So there is such a thing as a male sweat lodge and a female sweat lodge. And so the teachings are very extensive and so very important to understand. There is always the male and the female, and they are treated equally and understood to be equal. And so the teachings of our people, especially the sacred aspect of raising a family and reproducing, that is considered very sacred in the traditional way. We share this additional information, and we always say, Adonakindan, is you understand, don't get confused. Don't get to the point of where you seem to not understand the the great importance of male and female, and understanding those particular things are your responsibility as a man and your responsibility as a woman. And so the teachings are very strict in the traditional way, and so those are the things that we are told.
Hey, thanks for watching our videos. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our uploads. Also, head over to our website, NavajoTraditionalTeachings.com. Sign up for our email list. Okay.